Bye Yellow Sticky, Final Cut Pro 10 Testimonials, Verizon initiates upgrade fees, Spotify launches their own Play service, and Skype versus FaceTime. It's Thursday, April 12th, 2012, and this is iWake. I'm Tim Chaten, and this is what's going on in the Apple world today. Good morning, welcome to another edition of iWake. Kicking off today's episode is a bit of news surrounding the online Apple Store. First up is the end of that famous yellow sticky. The old sticky simply said, "We'll be back soon." The new image to denote the closed online Apple Store is a white and silver image that shows an Apple icon with the text, "We'll be back." And underneath that text is smaller text saying, "We're busy updating the Apple Store for you and we'll be back soon." This new image was used last night to denote the updating of the Apple Store. So why was this Apple Store down last night? Why was the online Apple Store down? Well, apparently it's for a new design of the live chat feature. The changes include a revamped chat window and basically a more modern appearance and user interface, I guess. Beyond that, there is some testing going on in the Brazilian Apple Store. Brazil, as you might know, is where Apple's expanding their factories with some Foxconn factories there. The new feature being tested by Brazilians allows sales specialists to share their screens with potential customers to help them walk through a product's features. Users can participate in a virtual tour with the chat appearing alongside the right side of the browser, while the specialist shares his or her screen to walk through the product's features. Right now, they are doing this test with the iPad 2 in Brazil, but it'll be expanded to other products over time. A cool idea that you can try out yourself if you want to just head over to the nationality of Brazil on your online Apple Store. In other general Apple news is a response from Apple to the flashback virus. Yesterday, Apple revealed that it is developing a tool to detect and remove this said virus. There is no date announced yet when this tool will be released, but considering it is Apple, it should be available on its support website or even with the built-in software update utility. The software is not the only thing that Apple is doing, though. In addition to the Java vulnerability, the Flash malware relies on computer services hosted by the malware authors to perform many of its critical functions. Apple's working with the ISPs around the world to disable this command and control network. Apple updated Java on April 3rd to fix the flaw on systems running Lion or Snow Leopard. So there you go. Apple is on the case and working on it, and hopefully a fix will be out soon. Which, I guess the fix is already out. Hopefully the removal will be out soon. Now on to those teardowns. Those pretty cool teardowns that happen every now and then. This one's for the A5 chip found in the Apple TV, which Apple claims is a single core chip. According to Chipworks, though, the new A5 processor die is not a single-core processor, but contains a dual-core processor. Either way, Apple is only utilizing one core, or they are binding parts. Part binding is a common process in which semiconductors where devices are segregated based on meeting a subset of overall requirements. In this case, could disable the bad core. This increases usability die per wafer, lowering the cost. So with all that techno mumble-jumble, basically they're making use of the chip more effectively for a device like the Apple TV, something that is not totally unexpected. The new A5 measures nearly 41% smaller than A5s found in other iPhones and iPads, coming in at the mere 69.6 millimeters squared. Process shrinking not only reduces the cost but fitting more dies in a wafer, but it also improves performance on lower power consumption. So this improves power consumption to make it less of that, and we'll have better performance. So a very complex chip here in the Apple TV that I'd imagine it makes its way to the iPod Touch later this year if it doesn't move to the A6, which I'm not sure if it will debut this year. So there you go, the dual-core A5 processor in the Apple TV. Next up today, I wanted to simply mention that Apple has put up a new page on their Final Cut Pro product page. The new page showcases professionals utilizing Final Cut Pro 10 in their studios. Featured stories include Radical Media, a major post-production house that switched its entire New York facilities to Final Cut Pro 10. Also featured is Electronic Entertainment, where they use Final Cut Pro 10 in a Hollywood production company built around this new Final Cut Pro 10, and it's enabling them to do faster and faster edits and a better workflow for the hit show Leverage. And finally, Nut Hawk is using Final Cut Pro 10. He's a veteran editor from Final Cut Pro 7, and he switched over his top German TV show, doing editing in multiple cities, being very efficient with Final Cut Pro 10. I personally love the new Final Cut, as do many others. The guys that are stuck in the mud and not moving forward are angry, but who cares about those old farts? Even if these old farts are only in their 30s. The old Final Cut Pro 10, old Final Cut Pro 7, I should say, used an interface dreamed up in the 90s. That old interface is, well, not very Apple-like today, meaning it is hard to use, hard to learn, and hard to look at all day. So I love the new Final Cut, and it is definitely the wave of the future, and Apple is on that wave. Now onto a bit of mobile phone news. First up is AT&T. They've added St. Louis to their list of LTE networks, and it's up and running already, bringing the carrier's nationwide total to 32 cities. In addition to St. Louis, AT&T also announced that it has expanded its LTE network to Staten Island, New York. AT&T is still light years behind Verizon, but Verizon had got an early start, and they're already up to 200 cities versus AT&T's 32 cities. Either way, it's good to see AT&T continue to expand its coverage, and I hope it comes out here to Hawaii very soon because it's sorely needed. And other phone news is Verizon becoming a little bit more evil and less appealing to customers. A Reuters report claims Verizon Wireless will start charging customers an additional $30 when they upgrade their phones. The reason for this change, to provide customers with the level of service and support they have come to expect. So for $30, you get a maintained service and support that you've come to expect over the many, many years we've been with Verizon. Verizon will be joining Sprint and AT&T, which also charge customers to upgrade their phones. Verizon, I highly doubt your level of service and support is changing when you gouge customers with upgrade fees. What cost is it to you for me to wait in an Apple Store line to upgrade my iPhone? Why not charge me upgrade fees if I'm going to your crappy stores and let me get hit with charges there? It is Apple's manpower at work to upgrade your stupid phone. It's not your manpower. Let it go. So, a little bit of a rant. I cannot stand those upgrade fees. So now onto a bit of web entertainment news. First up is the birthday of YouTube Live. Along with YouTube turning 1 year old, that's the live component turning 1, is a few notable new features. YouTube Live is now offering pay-per-view streaming capabilities. The live video can either be paid for advertisers or by asking viewers to pay themselves, with prices varying by country. Also added is real-time analytics, and insights are also rolling out with information about playbacks and concurrent viewers of live streams by geography and format. Additional treats include a guided flow for setting up and previewing live events, as well as free software for producing professional-looking events straight from your desktop computer. YouTube Live is a cool thing. I just hate the fact that I can't use it because it's very limited as to who can actually get in the door to use this thing. And it seems like it's not taking center stage yet on YouTube. It's still kind of a hidden feature, kind of in the background of what the main core functionality of YouTube is. So hopefully by year 2, YouTube Live becomes a much more beefier service. From video to audio is Spotify. A big release from Spotify today is called and dubbed Play. Not to be confused with Google Play. This Play is a widget that lets you embed songs, albums, and even playlists on any website using simple HTML5 code or HTML code. Play widgets include progress bars that show how far you are in your current track, which stay in perfect sync with the Spotify app on your device. You'll need, however, the free Spotify app on your computer or mobile device in order to play music using these new widgets. This fact is kind of hidden and may frustrate those without the app. In order to create a customizable play widget of your own, right-click a track, playlist, or album within Spotify, choose HTML link, then paste the link into Spotify's developer website. The site spits out an HTML embed code that you can paste into your blog or website. If HTML is too complicated for you, Spotify has worked with Tumblr to make embedding tracks a piece of cake. The audio post tool inside the Tumblr dashboard now allows you to search Spotify's entire library of music and embed tracks straight into your Tumblr blog. Very cool news, and I'd imagine it will get plenty of use. Now onto some Windows Phone 7 news. To begin is some Lumia 900 news, which is the new flagship phone for Windows Phone 7. First up is AT&T spending somewhere north of $150 million on the launch of this phone. The sad part of the story is, with all that money spent, the company failed to realize that Easter Sunday was the launch date of this phone, and well, AT&T stores are closed on Easter Sunday. I really want Windows Phone 7 to do good and take off, and hopefully this push from AT&T will help out. Beyond the messed up launch is the messed up Lumia device. Apparently data connections both of Wi-Fi and LTE are simply not working on many Lumia devices. The issue, which cuts off all cellular data after a reboot or shutdown, is now known to be strictly software-based. A memory issue goes through your device, infects a limited number of devices, and a patch is in the works. It'll be ready and pushed out around April 16th and available through phone swaps or just updating your device. Nokia is going to be refunding customers, however, their $100 and offering the Nokia Lumia 900 for free, basically, until the 21st of April. So if you want a Windows Phone 7, this may be one awesome option to get. In other Windows Phone 7 news is an update to the Netflix app. The new app for Windows Phone 7 includes support for Latin America, United Kingdom, and Ireland. In addition to support 4 more regions, members can now enjoy Netflix in their local language and choose alternative audio and subtitles. If you used Netflix on Windows Phone before, you should notice better performance with the updated app. So there you go. With 2.0 of the Netflix app, you can do some cool new things, such as subtitles. It's live in the Windows Phone 7 Marketplace, App Store, whatever they're calling it, right now. Closing out the show today is a question I saw on Twitter that I'd like to take a stab at, try to answer. The question that was thrown out there by Andrew Bowles at 808hipster is this: is FaceTime or Skype better? The answer I have for this question is this. For the majority of people out there using iPads and iPhones, FaceTime is in almost every way better than Skype. The FaceTime service is a core functionality of the OS. As a result, it runs in the background without utilizing any of your battery. Skype will kill your battery if it's run in the background. Because it is always running, you can call somebody using FaceTime regardless of if they are expecting you to call or not. So there's no need to schedule calls as you would need to in Skype, because most people don't have Skype always running. The one and only downside right now of FaceTime is it requires Wi-Fi. Outside of that, there isn't much that makes Skype a better option. It does audio calls, but this is all about video right now with FaceTime versus Skype. FaceTime is dead simple to teach people how to use, and is dead simple service and product to actually use. I use it every week, calling different family members that aren't really techno people. I'm a big fan of FaceTime and hopes it gets mobile data support like 3G and LTE and 4G soon, because that is sorely needed. Well, that's what's going on in the Apple world today. If you like this show, and I hope you do, head on over to iTunes to leave a review of the audio version. Also, I do a video version. If you're listening to the show, head on over to YouTube, youtube.com/TCHATEN to find the video version of iWake. I do it in video every day, and it's a fun way to do the show and watch the show. So youtube.com/TCHATEN. If you want to support the show, head over to iWakePodcast.com/again. The $10 a month Saturday show is how you support the daily show you're watching, and is a great way to get some extra content as well. With that said, I'll talk to you guys or see you guys tomorrow if you're watching the video. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for another edition of iWake. Have a great day. Aloha.